Alright, we're on the draw for the first match of the day.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Getting the hype train off the station. Haven't even had an opening hand yet. I enjoy fruit. 3 months. Appreciate ya. Alright, we've got 2 Den of the Bugbears, so this hand is already a win. Oh yeah, the top 3 control list now could be a question that we've reached the end of the stream. Ooh. Alright, second monkey. I actually really liked the band control list yesterday. We didn't do very well with it, but I want to play more of the deck. I also like the... I do like the Dimir thing in the ice deck I was playing. I don't know if I necessarily have a third. I mean, the blue-white lists that have been popular are totally fine. Totally fine decks. Warping Whale. Okay, we have a backup monkey. Just gonna play both of our 1-drops here. 30 shoes, 2 months, it was just you. Yeah, I kinda figured. Yeah, I like the black-white list I was playing too. I mean, I think Murktide is a little bit on the decline. I was liking it a lot, but Murktide, unfortunately, is bad against opposing control decks usually, which makes me a bit lower on it as in general. Okay, well, that Blast Zone is going to kill my creatures, but maybe I'll get lucky and hit a card, the Great Creator off Ragavan, huh? I don't think Bloodbraid Marauder is very good, unfortunately. The problem is it's just like almost never going to be on turn 2. And it's very different from Dragon Rage's Channeler as a Delirium card, where Channeler, you know, actively turns on Delirium for itself. Where, maybe I should have Inquisition first. Voidwalker is usually decent against them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to really use it this game. I'm probably going to be activating Den a bunch. I'm going to take that Expedition map for sure. And then I'm going to blow up the Relic and I think make them discard. I maybe just deal them damage actually. It's probably a bit better. Yeah, just keep that on top. Face is the place. If they don't draw a land, then we get to hit them one more time with our creatures, which is nice. Yeah, but the fact that your like Cascade or your Delirium spell is like basically never Delirious on turn 2 is that's the problem with Bloodbraid Marauder. All right, so this should be. Yeah, just like the bolts and the Den of the Bugbear are going to be lethal next turn, so even if they sweep the board, we should be fine. Just want to make sure I hit a land here. Well, barely did, but we hit the land. Hey Neil, thank you for your hello this morning. Hello to you too. So that was their draw last turn. I am kind of flabbergasted that they chose to not activate Blast Zone this turn, but I guess it doesn't matter. They're dead either way. But they would have been dead to Den of the Bugbear. We would have actually been able to activate it. For Bugbear, you can get 4 types on turn 2 with Architect's Will, Fetch Land, and Edge of Autumn. Well, with it can happen. I'm not denying that it can happen, but it very, very rarely happens. You know, it's I think I said maybe I said never on turn 2, but almost never would be more accurate. But you know, you're not going to have that draw very often where you have all of those things come together so that you have Delirium on turn 2. And even when you do, like, what is your big payoff? You know, you can't build your deck around having Marauder in your opening hand because you only get to play 4, or having Delirium on turn 2. So it's just like the payoff is not there for like these occasional draws where you can, like, on turn 2 have Delirium. You know, people like talk about a lot, like in the burn deck, people are like, oh, how hard is Delirium to turn on for Channeler? But in a deck with a lot of cheap spells and Mishra's Baubles, it's very easy because Channeler just turns on Delirium for itself, but Marauder doesn't do that, you know? I think we probably have to keep this at the draw. You know, we're a 22 land deck. We're not that unlikely to find one. Okay, we did find one. I think I'm going to lead on Thoughtseize on turn 1, though. When they lead on Star, they're usually kind of vulnerable to a discard spell. What is this keep? I guess I have to take the Relic because I'm on double Channeler. I have Alpine Moon to stop them from Tron. They brought in multiple Surgicals, and they Surgical my Thoughtseize. Well, deal. Big Oofta Din Din Din. Hell yeah. Tuesday. I played Tuesday stacked in a Bugbear Rocks. Remember winning 2 against Tron with the mid-range deck. Yeah, I think that the Tron matchup is definitely, in my opinion, a big part of the reason to play this deck. Glad that you're liking it. So my opponent's hand is Surgical Extraction, Mystery Card, and then they found the Urza's Tower, which is a bit awkward because now I kind of need to Alpine Moon Blast Zone. So I think we're playing 2 Channelers here. All is dust. Well, I guess now we don't need to Alpine Moon the Blast Zone. I mean, they can get the Blast Zone and sack it, but... So, okay, Surgical by Channelers. In my upkeep, not my draw step. And then I think we go kill their map, make them discard their last card. And then hope that they don't draw a big whammy exactly this turn. Their last card was a 3rd Surgical, which they could have fired off on the Bloodstained Mire. Oh, that's kind of funny that they drew Alpine Moon anyways. So I guess we need to Alpine Moon Blast Zone. And then draw step Kolaghan's command, I suppose. Just a time walk. Not the most impactful play, though. Lurrus. We could have Lurrus. There's a lot of ins and outs to the case. Alright, so we get to play a little bit of Lantern Control here. Their top card's Chromatic Star. I think that's fine to Ragavan. It's something we get a little bit of value off of. It's a redraw for them. Can maybe unlock a Ancient Stirrings if that's their card in their hand. I think I'm supposed to Lurrus there. Oh, love having 2 bolts. Love having 2 bolts here. Okay, they drew a star anyways. Referring to your budget recommendation deck, is there a place for Bant or only Sultan Teamer? I don't have a Bant list built. You'd have to kind of figure out like why exactly you'd like to be Bant instead of Teamer or Sultai, where the white cards tend to be more sorcery speed, which don't play as well with Wilderness Reclamation. So like yeah, there's some tension there. I think they're dead. Yeah, they're dead. But not saying that there's like definitely not a space for Bant Reclamation. Yeah, I've liked this matchup. I haven't lost to it in a while. Although Tron is definitely on the decline at the moment, I do think that this matchup is a good reason to play the black-red deck. So many hands where like you need like at least if you play Mardu, you can't play Voidwalker. I think it's like Voidwalker and Mardu is so awkward where you need white and red on one and black on one for the Thoughtseizes, and just like so often you're not gonna be able to cast Voidwalker on 2. It just, I really don't like the mana, and I also don't think that the like prismatic ending is so necessary in the deck that it's worth splashing for either. So I do usually like this matchup, although no, we're on the draw. We don't have an answer to the Swift Spear, or at least not a fast answer. And it's like the mana is so bad at Bardu, and it's not even like your power level is that increased, and you lose Din of the Bugbear in Mardu, or at the very least your Din of the Bugbears are not nearly as good. So it's like that definitely feels like a big detractor for me. So hopefully we can get Delirium here. All right, that's Delirium. Right, they're down to 11. I've also found Kroxa to be so good in this matchup. Just, cleans things up really nicely. What do you think of the day-night mechanic in New Innistrad? Well, it's kind of the same mechanic that they've always had, like the werewolf transformation, but kind of a bit more. What's the word? A bit more defined, maybe. I like it. I think it's totally fine. I don't have super strong opinions about it. So I'm going to try to kill their Swift Spear with Kolaghan's Command after they sack their Sunbaked Canyon, I think. And do I make them discard a land, or do I return Voidwalker? I probably just return Voidwalker. I don't think that them discarding a land matters that much. So they're drawing Lightning Bolts, which they can kill my Channeler with, or they can just hold to bolt me. All the Voidwalkers. There's a subtle change, like flip conditions got modified. Yeah, it's not exactly the same, but it's similar at least. Yeah, obviously not exactly the same. Pretty sure I'm just casting Kroxa here. Voidwalker is better if they Helix, though. Let's see. So I cast Kroxa. I put them down to 13. Next turn, I attack them down to 10. Escape Kroxa them down to 7, probably. And then they're dead the following turn. But it's also not playing Lurrus. So they have Suspended Rift Bolt and they have Lightning Bolt. So if they do draw Runner Burn spell, I lose. But we're not beating Runner Burn spell, I think, with any lines. We'll just take this one. Should have left up different mana. They discarded bolts. Okay, so I guess I should have fired off the Inquisition. I thought their other card was a land. I was wrong. So now we're dead to Boros Charm. Okay, not dead to that, but now dead to one more burn spell. I think I'll fire off the Inquisition for the Surveil. So Escape Kroxa, put them to 10. That's gonna give me... Oh, it doesn't give me lethal because I won't have Delirium anymore. It'll give me lethal if I hit a burn spell. Oh no, this is my 10th card in the yard. Yeah, never mind. That's lethal. I guess I could have Inquisitioned myself. Alright, so, like a lot of burn matchups, comes down to, do they top deck the burn spell or not? I guess they're just going to be able to leave the Goblin Guide back to block, though, to give them another draw stab. If they brick here. But maybe I can hit a, 7, 5... Yeah, if I hit a burn spell off Ragavan, they die. I guess they can block Ragavan. No, they can't. They die if they don't block Kroxa. Yeah, so any burn spell off Ragavan besides Searing Blaze does it. Let's go. Cool. I have liked this matchup. Like your mana is just not that painful. Like it's also like Ragavan specifically, they have to kill it, and playing a 1-mana creature that burn has to kill is pretty impactful. Usually what I would do is I cut the Thoughtseizes and I bring in the Pyrite Spellbombs and the Unearth in case they board in there like pro-red creatures. Yeah, life total unsuccessfully controlled. I'm gonna keep this. Our mana is not painful. Ragavan on turn 1 is pretty good in this matchup. The lack of cheap removal is definitely a problem. We have Inquisition on top. So let me see what their top card is. Searing Blaze. So I guess we're playing this tapped. Yeah, Red-Black also has a really good control matchup for sure. Which is another big part of the reason to play this deck. Why would they not be playing Lurrus? Because there's like this damn like mindset on the Burn Discord that for some reason you shouldn't play Lurrus and Burn. It's like, it's really all it is. Okay, they did bring in Firewalker. We brought in Pyrite Spellbomb, but we don't have it in our hand. It's just like some echo chamber. I don't know. It's really dumb. Like there's not a good reason to not play Lurrus and Burn. Like no argument is like solid at all. But there for a long time has been like a consensus that Lurrus is not better than the 15th sideboard card, which is just ridiculous. And I hate that we have to talk about it like every stream. It's not interesting anymore. They didn't bolt me. It's kind of interesting. I mean, they could theoretically be playing Chandra's Incinerator, but I kind of doubt it. Probably still losing this game, though. We've got game 3. We do get their bolt out of their hands. We got on to 11. We did bring in 2 Pyrite Spellbombs as answers to the Firewalker. Alright, pretty dead. We've got game 3 on the play at least. Play draw is certainly very important in this matchup. Trying to think how easily I could race. It's probably possible. The problem is like Rolling Vortex would stop me from hitting Helix off Ragavan. I guess I could hit Firewalker, but I can't kill Firewalker. Or I can't cast Firewalker. And also, if they draw an instant speed burn spell, we're pretty screwed here. If they draw like Lava Spike, they can Sunbaked Canyon. Do we bring an EE with these 2 sideboard cards down? Yeah, I think I'm probably down for the first EE seeing Rolling Vortex. Probably over the second Pyrite Spellbomb. They found Bolt. Let's go to game 3. Actually kind of like Tourach. Is Voidwalker good? Having a black spell that can't block seems dodgy. It's really good if you can like get a Helix in the yard, I found. But it's also like, it's not like my sideboard is full of life gain spells that I'm neglecting to bring in. Like Pyrite Spellbomb is not that good either. Neither is Explosives. Keep this. But Voidwalker's fine. It's also better on the play. And like not being able to block isn't as relevant because you do have a ton of removal spells. Not that we've drawn them in any of these games, but typically you're able to kill their creatures pretty well. I think the presence of Lurrus makes me not want to be sinking a lot of mana into my creatures. I'm just kind of totally fine if they spend their turn killing Ragavan. And just, and like I said, like, a turn, yeah, just, like, Ragavan is nuts in this matchup. Like, the fact that they just have to kill it. Although, I guess they just kept one lander. Why wouldn't they play Swift Spirit try to block? I don't know. What's a bad matchup? Elementals is unfavorable. That's, like, definitely one you're trying to dodge. You can still win. Eldrazi Tron is, like, not as good as Green Tron. It's not that bad either, honestly. It probably doesn't go in mini decks, but the flashback on it's really interesting. Oh no! Oh no! Come on, Kihira. Yeah, definitely a matchup we're trying to dodge, but whatever. Can still win. It's Belcher, baby! It was Belcher all along. which we'll take. I think the last time I played against Belcher, I lost to it though, but I'll definitely. I do like this hand in the matchup. I would much rather play against Belcher than Elementals too. This matchup is not. It's. I think that they're favored, but it's also like the Elementals matchup is just such a headache to play. This matchup is not a headache to play, and also Ragavan is really funny in this matchup too. Where if they cast Recross the Paths, there's like this weird sub game where like they like they don't. If I just don't attack with Ragavan, it's it can be like really awkward for them, or like they need to plan around me maybe knowing that me not attacking with Ragavan is the line. Because they stack the top of their library. It's really weird. Yeah, Kahira usually means Elementals, which is, again, a bad matchup for this deck. That's kind of funny. They usually only play one, and so like that being exiled from their deck means that their deck is a fair bit weaker here. We're dead. We're dead. What a hand. Two of the miracle cards. Oh, so they play two now. It's pretty cool. Well, that stinks. What a hand. I think I bring in Chalice. I might get to Chalice on two here. I have a lot of dead cards. Okay, command wasn't out. No, they kill us that turn. They cast Ironcrag Feet. They have 7 mana. They Charbelcher and activate all in one go. How did that kill me? Yeah, it's they cast Ironcrag Feet. They have 7 mana. They cast Charbelcher. They activate. They kill me. Yeah, just dead. Why Voidmire? Voidmire is good against the Cascade decks and Elementals. And you can bring it against E-Tron too, not Greentron. Why not Voidmire here? What does Voidmire counter? I don't think it counters anything. It doesn't counter Charbelcher. It doesn't counter colorless spells. It counters spells that had no colored mana spent casting them. In this matchup, I'm going to try to Chalice on 2, I think, because they have for their rituals, and I can maybe ramp into it with Ragavan. Chalice is not going to be like very good in this matchup, but is, you know, I think a little bit more serviceable than some of our other options here. I don't like this hand, but I think we have to keep on 5. I mean, it's got some stuff going for it, of course. I'm just trying to think if I need to Bauble this turn. I think I'm pretty interested in hitting a discard spell. Yeah, I remember the Cleansing Wildfire matchup. Pyromancer's Ascension on top? What the hell? Okay, well, Voidwalker's gonna be good against Ascension, I guess. Fury pitching Ironcrag Feet. I'm missing the point of Pyromancer's Ascension? I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell you. Pretty bad against Voidwalker, though. But I also don't have any discard spells, so they've got plenty of time. Probably better to Kroxa Channeler than it is to put Lurrus in my hand. Oh, I should have Kroxa'd first, because they might discard something I'd want to Voidwalker. This is not that likely. They probably just discard the Ascension. They discarded Reforge the Soul? Are we reforging? I guess if they cast Charbelcher, like, Reforge gives us, like, an out. Yeah, any Reforgers in the chat? If we hit Manamorphose, we can cast Kroxa here. It's kind of funny. So their hand is Infernal Plunge, Pyromancer's Ascension, Pyretic Ritual, Recross the Paths. They discarded Ironcrag Feet with this hand? Why did they discard the Ascension? I mean, it's between Recross and Pyretic Ritual here, right? I'm a bit. I feel like we can probably play around the ritual or the Recross. At least I hope so. Like, because we can like Voidwalker there, Reforge the Soul, just YOLO. Yeah, we could have played Kroxa. That is true. We could have maybe casted Kroxa there would have been, I think, the play. And now I can't cast it this turn. Yeah. Wait, what did they pitch? They pitched Infernal Plunge. Okay, well, lucky to draw land. Yeah, I should have cast the Ritual and then just cast the Kroxa. I would have been in much better shape. And now their hand is Recross the Path's Charbelcher. They discard the Charbelcher. Dude, these Ascensions have seemed terrible. What does Clash with Opponent mean? I mean, each clashing player reveals the top card of their library that puts that card on top or bottom. A player wins the card if their Clash card has a higher mana value. Horchata, 8 months. Appreciate ya. Ascension is good with Recross, so they reforge into an alternate win con. It's kind of interesting. Okay, going to game 3. Think Smallpox Rammer could run Stoneforge on the side for Grave Hate, or is it just better to answer the hate? I think it's better to answer the hate. Like, you have access to the Prismatic Endings. You can play Vindicates if you want to. You can also, like, play Voidwalker or Stoneforge Mystic in your board, though. It's totally fine. Explosives also kills their tokens from their the flashback spell. I think I'll play the 3rd Explosives over the 3rd Bolt. And maybe live to regret it. This is a good hand. Wait, did they revoke Kihira in last game? Because they could have survived last turn if they put Kihira in their hand to discard to Kroxa. Figures. Revealed all 3 games. Yeah, they could have bought another draw step theoretically. Putting update 1 land, hand reliant on Sanctuary. Might be Lurrusing here. Huh, it's kind of funny. Ritual Lurrus. Could be dead any turn. I can also Explosives on 4 off of Ragavan, theoretically. Yeah, just a super solid chance I'm dead next turn. Fury pitch Manamorphose. Why would they do that this turn and not last turn? It's a bit odd. What is Voidwalker good against here? I think it makes things a bit trickier for them. If they end up casting, like, Reforge the Soul. Interesting. Veil and Leyline of Sanctity is kind of a non-bow. Okay, can kill that with Kolaghan's Command, I guess. Obviously not the most powerful thing to do, and we kind of would like to save the Kolaghan's Command for a hardcast Charbelcher. Let's go! Good luck targeting me with Goblin Charbelcher when I have a Leyline of Sanctity in play. Let's freaking go! You called it? I totally missed it, dude. I think I'm still gonna kill that Charbelcher, but I'm feeling very safe here with my Leyline of Sanctity. Man, Magic is a pretty good game, huh? Too free for the bean, hell yeah. That was exciting. Let's freaking go. Definitely not a very good matchup, I think. Let's keep this. I think I'm leading on Basic Mounted on turn 1. Smokey, 18 months, appreciate ya. Must be resub day, because I could get my 1 monthly ad. Well, thanks for the increased ad revenue and the 18-month resub, Smokey. Yeah, that leyline was crazy. Rest in peace, sweet monkey. Alright, let's think we're gonna go Channeler Thoughtseize here. Or Channeler Bauble Thoughtseize. What I say is a tough matchup. Elementals, spell-based combo like we just played against is also not favored. I'll keep Tourach against control here. Oh, maybe I should have graveyarded it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have graveyarded it for Delirium. Just correct our mistake now. So they're drawing Scalding Tarn. I guess I have to take this Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas wrecks me here. And I would have been able to graveyard this. Is that a stream widget that updates my game record? Yep. Or it's a web source. So I think I'm just putting Lurrus in my hand here. Don't want to dash Ragavan into the counterspell. Healing Salve. And his counterspell, Scalding Tarn, Island, 2 mystery cards. They play the Scalding Tarn. These heats, man. Robbie, 6 months, appreciate ya. Yeah, any Celestial Colonnades will be pretty dead. I mean, the Typhoons will die too. Should have Lurrus second main. No, they have ice in their hands, so if they like ice me in my main phase, then or ice my land, I can't put Lurrus in my hand, which is a bit awkward. How good would Healing Salve be if it cantripped? It would be very good, I think. I think it would be very, very playable at 1 mana. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of cards, if you just draw a card to them, get a lot better. Shout out to Omnath. Is Voidmere good against Springslide Scapeshift? It's like maybe something you can bring in, but good is like a bit of a stretch. It's fine. Like, I would probably bring in at least the first copy. Yeah, can you imagine if Lightning Bolt cantripped? Okay, so I think I'm gonna use Heat here over Bolt. I have a second Heat, and then their life total is not super high. And I'll definitely keep Den of the Bugbear. That card's really important in this matchup. Now I'll use the Bolt, I think. I mean, their life total is getting lower, but I want to be able to save Heat for Teferi Hero, for the Colonnade maybe. And I'm going to go Lurrus Bauble here. Which does, like, overcommit into a Verdict, but we know they have Counterspell. We don't know that they have Verdict. I guess I keep Swamp so I can activate Din, which I'll definitely want to do if they Verdict. They're drawing Solitude. Corrupted Mind, 7 months. Appreciate you, buddy. So they can hardcast Solitude here. Which they'll probably main phase if that's their play this turn. No, they have the Verdict. So let's go for Den of the Bugbear. So if they have a white card, they probably need to pitch. But they don't. And honestly, just like leaving this 1/1 in play is such a big game here. I kind of wish I had Bolt instead of Heat, but I think we made the right play at the time. But thanks again, Corrupted, for 7 months. I'm going to play some more Dimir Thing. I played it yesterday. I like the deck. Played 1 league yesterday with it. Yeah, Din is just, like, so sick. They're drawing Archmage's Charm. Which is a pain. Not gonna lie. Definitely a big problem here. That's a very good draw, though. Although they... Oh, no, I can't heat the Colonnade, though. Blue Red Moon with Murktide, they can slide into Ragavan. I think that deck's fine. If you wanted to get into MTGO, what would be a good value deck for a new rental service? I mean, that's a hard question to answer. Really, I think you just need to take some time, like, and looking at decks in the format, seeing what the prices are, finding one that's, you know, competitive, and trying to grind with it. So my opponent has Solitude, Archmage's Charm, Mystery card. If their Mystery card's a white card to pitch to Solitude, that's fine. It is Prismatic Ending. They do get to draw 2. Might lose game 1. Is Din better than a card like Raging Ravine? It's much better. Like, it's a more powerful effect, and it enters untapped conditionally, which is obviously, like, it's hard to, like, justify running Din because of it, or Raging Ravine because it enters untapped. Oh, they're gonna steal because they're afraid of bolts. Oh no, they're not gonna steal. Chainer, 3 months, appreciate ya. Go Goblin Token. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think we made the right call when we did. It's just so devastating if they played Teferi. We have more bolts in the deck too, right? If they just like they like really don't have any life gain into the deck, you know. So, I guess they could theoretically Solitude their own creature, but we have 2 more bolts in our deck, and we will eventually draw them, and maybe can find a spot to resolve one. The Din seems like a fine draw here. They activate Colonnade, we can heat. And if this connects, it turns Kolaghan's command into a lethal top deck too. We also have 3 Kroxa in the deck, which is just like absurd when we have 6 lands like this. Watch they run Sphinx's Rev. I sure hope not. Does Bance Mana get very good if it gets a Triome? Yeah, I think so. Golly. What a headache. So I need to separate Teferi and Supreme Verdict. I split like this. Realm Smasher, 3 months, appreciate ya. Okay, so we managed to not give them the Fire Ice, and hopefully... We got super incredibly rewarded for not playing our Din pre-combat, by the way. So they drew... their hand is Prismatic Ending, Teferi Time Raveler, mystery cards. No! I don't think I'm going to Unholy Heat my Din of the Bugbear to deny the draw. Prismatic can't exile Din. It says it's non-land permanent. Kind of surprised they didn't bounce the token with Teferi. So that means they must have a counter spell. Kroxa. Oh, I guess Kroxa's... Let's go! Din of the Pogbear. Let's go! The 3rd Din. This has been like the biggest glowing review of this card. It's just so good in these matchups. It's crazy. It's like particularly good in this deck too. They can't activate Colonnade on defense. If they have another Verdict, they can plus, and so they are plussing here. So let's go... Voidwalker. Then I think we heat the Teferi. Which I guess they could counter now. If they have a counterspell. I think that they've got Verdict, though. If I would, I could, JS. If I would, I could. Yeah, I like this line. What a cool game. Yeah, they just respond with a Verdict, and they respond so their Teferi doesn't get Voidwalkered. And now they do have Celestial Colonnade to block my Din, but I just always have the threat of this going. And like Din is a hard card for them to answer. So now I play Voidwalker, and if my opponent has, I guess they can counter this and still activate Colonnade with basically anything. Isn't double Din lethal? I can't double Din. You have to have 8 extra mana for that. Now they get to start scrying. But we do have a lot of time. We've got like a lot of great top decks. Kroxa, Kolaghan's Command, Lightning Bolts. Ragavan's even good too. So lethal need to stick a land? No, they don't. Right? No, they had enough mana to activate Colonnade and block. What are we talking about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you guys are wrong. If they block, they can't fetch. They already cast the counterspell this turn, and they had enough mana to also Colonnade without sacking the turn. Would it have been worth it to actually Din get in for 1? I don't think so. No, I think you need to keep the threat of Din going. Okay, not going to play that because it turns on their turn. 1 or 2 black castles can come in handy. I mean, how many utility lands do you want, dude? we have Din of the Bugbear in play. You can't play just infinite utility lands. You could draw infinite lands though. Oh yeah, we can double activate next turn, right? Okay, I'm definitely going for that instead. Kroxa is absurd here. Kroxa is so great in this matchup. But could I have done it last turn for? No, I would have had to been this turn. But I don't think playing the Urborg to like draw an on-top land to double activate's worth. Maybe it is. Maybe the turn doesn't matter that much. Do I talk of spoilers during a spoiler season? Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. They countered. Why counter here? Just discarding does the exact same thing. Kind of classic overthinking it, I guess. Just discarding the charm means you don't have to spend the mana. Yeah, but if it's the Is It card, the new fork, that card looks pretty cool. Channel, thank you for 4 months. Appreciate you. How do you rate the Jeskai Murktide control deck? I like the deck, although like the problem is it's pretty bad against opposing control decks, and opposing control decks are kind of popular at the moment. It's also not great against Tron. I'm trying to think if this will be relevant to play the Urborg. I think not. And it does, again, turn on their turn. I got a trophy on Monday, Aquin, and we're also going to get one this league. Okay, they did fetch, so I can play this pretty freely. Feeling pretty good about this game, I gotta say. No, don't talk about predictions when we're 3-0. It's a curse. It's been consistently bad luck. Yeah, if you have infinite mana, Din of the Bugbear gives you infinite goblins when you attack. Ice in response. You dead. What a game. What a game. What a game. Now we've got games 2 and 3 to play, which can be a little bit awkward depending on how many like rest in pieces and stuff they have. Usually I bring in these. I feel like bringing in like at least the first explosives is fine. And then maybe we bring in the second if we end up seeing like a lot of sideboard cards. They always bring Rep and Sanctifier. Yeah, probably should play 2. Cut the second bolt. I don't think I bring in Spellbomb. I think the fact that Explosive seems a bit better to me, because it does deal with Sanctifier and Rest in Peace, and it also kills tokens too. Our best answer for these hate cards, though, is our discard spells. So we'll have to, like, probably on the draw prioritize casting a discard spell on turn 1. Yeah, Den of the Bugbear also doesn't, care about Rest in Peace. Does care about Sanctifier. Any consideration for Feed the Swarm as a sideboard enchantment? No, Feed the Swarm sucks. It's like, I mean, Explosives isn't, like, good at answering enchantments either, but it's like, Feed the Swarm is very underpowered. Your best hate for these cards are still going to be a discard spell. I'm trying to think if I want to Bauble here. Let me at least Thoughtseize first, because we're not getting any info out of the Bauble. Yeah, just take it with Rest in Peace. Oh no, the Spreading Seas wrecks us. Because we can't filter the Urborg mana into the Cairns. We can just draw a land, but it's very good here. They're drawing Archmage's Storm too, which is very strong. They're holding up Counterspell. Thank Klothos, dude. Alright, let's go Voidwalker here. The next turn they're going to hold up Charm, and we can Kolaghan's Command. I think I'm going to go ahead and cycle the Bauble. Just like keeping perfect info on their hand is pretty valuable here. Yeah, then we can go, in response to them drawing 2 with Charm, return Voidwalker, make them discard. I can't believe they didn't Spreading Seas on turn 2. So their hand is Spreading Seas, Island, 3 new cards. They fire this off on the Cairns instead of the Urborg, which is incorrect, because the Urborg just, like, lets the Cairns still tap for black, right? Oh, it doesn't, because of it was layers all along. Never mind. It was layers the whole time, chat. It was damn layers. Very intuitive, as always. Okay, so they have Colony, Prismatic Ending, new card. Pretty sure we take the Purge. Alright, no known cards in their hand. Pretty sure I play Voidwalker this turn. The other option is put Lurrus in our hand. And we did draw a Den of the Bugbear. I guess that might be why they held the Spreading Seas. But we were so cold to it. Obviously, they didn't know how cold to it we were. Is there a counterspell that exiles? Not at 2 mana. Or I guess Syncopate could be 2 mana. But there's like Dissipate, Dissolve are good examples of 2 mana counterspells that exile. Or sorry, 3 mana counterspells that exile. Summary Dismissal, super exiles. Alright, so let's go. Draw step, make them discard, return Voidwalker.
Do you have my water bottle?
I do, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, Cryptic would be their best draw for sure. They drew something. Charm to draw 2 in response. Interesting. Probably correct to draw 2 there. Mistake to tap the blue source. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we should have left the island untapped. Okay, charm into charm. I think we just dash the monkey, can Lurrus in our hand, or we can also, like, we can even cast a fairy hero here. Cast a lot of stuff. Then, fortunately for us, just on a land. Lurrus Bauble. That might have been better. Yeah, it might have been better to just Lurrus there. This line had like a pretty high upside though. And then it's like next turn, if we cast Lurrus, if they counter, then they tap out of Colonnade. And then we can keep Ragavaning or Dinning. Okay, this attack is bad, I think. Right? Probably. Okay, that makes it better. I don't know. I've got the Dens. So I can't Voidwalker and activate Den. I think I'm just gonna Bauble. They're drawing Flooded Strand. And I guess I play this tapped just so I'm not dead to 2 Colonnade swings. Couldn't they couldn't cast Chalice and block? Yeah, I don't know. Like no, they can block my Den. I feel like they're losing this race. And then like if they don't block with Colonnade, they get to Castle Vantress, which like having both of those options on defense, I think is kind of like the tiebreaker there, I guess. At least in my mind. A Voidwalker here? I think so. I might also Den. Den gets in for 4 damage, 5 damage. And then doesn't let them scry. I think that's worth it. No, I think I like this more. Like, the fact that they can't scry this turn is a really big game. Hive of the Eye Tyrants. Din of the Bugbear is a lot more powerful in my opinion. And then we also play a lot more red 1-drops than black. Although we do have black 1-drops too. I think that I don't want to also play the black one. If I wanted to play a black utility land, I'd probably play the first Castle Locked Wing too, because that card's really strong. I mean, I've got 2 Dens, so... Man, it's crazy that the tokens just stay. It's so strong in these matchups. Have to play such a Blood Crypt and Blackcleave because it's necessary. Can you sub lands for them? I mean... They're really important, yeah. I would say that the mana is like a degree worse without them. And it's also true, like, any lands you sub and instead are going to be worse. Hitachi, thanks for the raid, dude. I had a really good time watching your stream last night. Also, you always like great at the best times. We're like about to play for 5-0. But if you like fighting games, you should maybe give Evo champion Hitachi a follow. I was watching some of his stream last night. Strong hand, let's go. On the draw though. Learn to play Magic through your stream? Crazy. I don't know, you're the first person that's ever told me that. I can teach you how to play Magic like proficiently, but like actually like learning how to play the game mechanically. Just feel like it's not, this ain't it. But I'm happy to hear that, obviously, if you know, apparently you can learn how to play watching the stream. I didn't think it was possible. Yeah, this opening hand is great. But if this is Enchantress, we're kind of screwed. Okay, it's not Enchantress. They have another Windswept Teeth on top. I mean, these like 4-colored decks are not great matchups either. This is Bring to Light. Stealthy Hawk, thanks for your Twitch Prime. Appreciate ya. Misty Rainforest Go. So they didn't play the fetch land we knew about. Could be Elementals. They didn't reveal Kahira. Sometimes Elementals doesn't reveal Kahira. Elementals is also the worst possible, but usually you would see Kahira, right? Thanks for the sub, Zach. I mean, I have beaten Elementals the last 2 times I've played against it, but the matchup's definitely bad. Could be Rhinos. Yeah, it looks like Rhinos. Which is a fine matchup overall. Definitely much easier in sideboard games than game ones. Voidwalker is nice here though, where if they go for a cascade, we can get some Rhinos back too with our Voidwalker activation. Play draw would be really, really different this game as it is in a lot of games in Modern these days. Why Ragavan Triumph? Some versions of Rhino splash white for Ardent Plea into Fairy Time Reveler. In fact, we might get to cast our own Teferi Time Raveler, which is very good in this matchup, off of the Voidwalker. Creativity deck? No, it's not the creativity deck because they're playing Windsub Teeth, Misty Rainforest. Creativity deck plays all red fetch lands. Okay, it was actually Bring to Light the whole time. Yeah, Magic is crazy. Just how quickly these kind of things can change. Explore. Do they have Valakut too? Okay, if they had Valakut, they would just slam it here. Man, Dryad into like... Okay, yeah, it would be crazy if they had Valakut too. So here we get to go Bolt Teferi, and casting Teferi off of Voidwalker is really important here because it stops Bring to Light from working. And I think I'm interested in bouncing the Dryad. Am I interested in drawing a Terminate? Terminate's probably fine, although we already have Delirium. I guess we just have the option to shuffle. I'll go ahead and bounce and draw the Terminate. And then dash the monkey? Maybe just cast the monkey. We've got a mana sink with Den of the Bugbear. If you fetch, you have Delirium and can hold Unholy Heat the Dryad. Yeah, but I think I want to bounce the Dryad first just to make them sink the mana into casting it again. But we're still gonna be able to kill the Dryad, yeah. But they also play Omnath. They could have a second Dryad that I think I'd want the Terminate for. Yeah, Bring to Light usually plays one Scape Shift. If they have Verdict, then our line was a little bit worse. Oh no, I've got the Den to clean up, maybe. Hopefully. There it is, Dryad, 2 mystery cards. Maybe I should Lurrus here, actually. It's kind of close. Yeah, Lurrus is like a bit safer against Dryad. Could also kill an Omnath, you know. Alright, so they've got 1 card left. If that 1 card is Scape Shift, we are not in great shape. So, I guess let's play... Bring to Light. Like, I feel like their last card has a very good chance to be Bring to Light, so... Kolaghan's Command's a very good draw, so I can go... I think return Voidwalker, make them discard. It was Bring to Light, which made a lot of sense because we had Teferi in play for a couple turns. Now they're top decking. We've got a lot going on. Got a lot of good top decks on our end. They have a lot of good draws too. They drew Explore. And they drew Omnath. So I can Unholy Heat Omnath and then cast it off of Voidwalker. Which is probably worth doing. So let's start with that. If I draw a land, I might not die to Scape Shift. Didn't draw a land. I'm pretty tempted to Bauble them just so I know if I'm dead or not, but... Probably better to replay Voidwalker. Attack? No, I think it's better to Omnath. You have to tap Voidwalker to use the ability, right? I mean, I know it. That's how it works. It's a rhetorical question. Alright, so we have 10 damage here, so Kroxa should be lethal. We'll just show them out the Kroxa. What a game. What a game. Yeah, Din was lethal too. Was it? Or maybe it was a little short. I found one lethal line and I took it. Okay, we're up a game. Pretty exciting. I don't think this is a good matchup though, but to win game 1 obviously puts us in much better shape. I'm interested in the 4th Thoughtseize for sure. The first Void Mirror stops Bring to Light, which is probably good because I think you're getting games like that where you're kind of just dead to a top deck Bring to Light. Although Alpine Moon also turns off Valakut. Maybe Alpine Moon is just better. Like what if, like I mean they can still Bring to Light for Valky though, which can be a problem. I think I want to cut the Lightning Bolts. Probably like the 3rd Kolaghan's Command at least, maybe even one more than that. Void Mirror way better than Moon. Well, Moon stops off Dryad Valakut, like just natural, right? Way better than Moon, at least. It feels a little disingenuous. But I think I'm kind of down for the split here. They can also naturally draw Escape Shift. Terminate seems bad. No, it kills Dryad, kills Omnath. And I know we also have Heat, but like killing those cards are really important. Yeah, the Inquisitions are fine. I think discard in general is good against them. Void Mirror is incredible against them. I mean, it only shuts off 4 cards in their deck. It's like they're important cards. No, I don't want to trim Inquisition. I like all the discard spells. Keep K command for Chalice. Yeah, seeing Fire Ice does kind of imply Chalice a bit more. Yeah, I'll cut the 4th Bauble. Play the 3rd command. Void Mirror, Urborg, Ogward? Not really, no. Where Void Mirror only stops Bring to Light, it still stops Bring to Light even with Urborg. It's not doing anything else besides doing that in this matchup. And Urborg doesn't interfere with that at all. Alright, let's keep this. I guess we put back the 2nd Ragavan. I could actually put back Inquisition and go Ragavan on 1, and if they kill it, I go Ragavan into Thoughtseize, and if they don't kill it, we're doing well. Although if they kill it with Rin and 6, then that's bad. Oh, if they kill it with Rin and 6, we can dash and kill Rin, so it's not that big a deal, maybe. Any credit to cutting some monkeys on the draw because of Rin and 6? Not really, no. Monkey's still just, like, very good. Obviously, you know, they do have the Rin, but it's really not even that big a deal here. It's, you know, not that small a deal either, I guess. Yikes. So if we Thoughtseize, we have Sorcery in the graveyard for Delirium, which is not enough. It's Unholy Heat. Need to draw a Bauble. Any consideration to heat the red and play monkey? I don't know. Like getting to like not use a card when we just got 2 for 1 is kind of nice. So here I'm gonna dash. Then next turn we can Kolaghan's Command to turn on Delirium and kill the Rin and 6. We can dash and heat. Well, yeah, we don't have Delirium. Sniping Veil of Summer from the top of their library too. Dash plus heat. Yeah, we don't have Delirium if we dash plus heat. I guess I probably shouldn't have exited that because we're just gonna get it right back. Oh, dash. Well, no, if we dash attack Rin, then we don't get the treasure to heat the Rin. Okay, now we probably have to heat that. So I guess we go Kolaghan's Command, 2 damage to Rin. Make them discard. Heat. If you didn't Thoughtseize. I mean, I think Thoughtseize is important too that turn, right? I'd really like to be able to Kroxa. I don't think I can. Maybe I can Thoughtseize them. Maybe I could just Thoughtseize them this turn, right? Thoughtseize plus Kroxa. Do I have to? I don't know that I have to kill the Omnath here. Yeah, they don't have any spells. And then if we draw like a fetch land, we have a great turn where we get to go. I guess we don't get to don't get to Delirium Heat. Rag dash first. They could Rip or Bring to Light. I mean, what do we do against Rip Bring to Light here? They still can cast it. You know, like there's no line that's good against them top decking Bring to Light. Yeah, I think we just go for Kroxa here and hope that they continue to brick. Yeah, I know I could have Kolaghan's Command to get Delirium, but I think that this is better. Or if they just continue to brick a bit, then we actually have some pressure in play. We're blocking the Yawgmoth pretty well. Yeah, Thing in the Ice versus Lantern seems pretty miserable. Tourach's been pretty good. I like the card. Oh, we're dead to this. Bummer. Bummer. Good to be able to play for game 3, which is super important. Trying to think if anything changes on the play. I think I can cut the 3rd command on the play. We haven't seen Chalice yet either. Bolts might be a good include for Ren. Bolt isn't good against Ren and 6. It has 4 loyalty. Do you win something if you finish the month with trophy leaderboard at first? Well, it's not a month thing. It's like a 2.5 month long thing, or 2 month thing. And I've made a bet with chat that I'm going to gift 400 subs if I'm not trophy leader, which is going to be, you know, a $2,000 bet that I keep half, so it's like a $1,000 bet. So it's not that I get anything; it's that I don't lose $1,000, which is similar. I don't have a discount code for CFB, but I have an affiliate code where if you enter code SPIKE, I get a little bit of a cutback. Why isn't Sultai Bring to Light Valky? I mean, last time I played it, I 5-0'd with it. I don't think it's definitively not a thing. Just the leagues are so long. I might play some of it later. We'll see. Alright, keep this. And what I like about this hand is I don't think we need to lead on Thoughtseize on turn 1. We're on the play we might have needed to, you know. I think I'll just go ahead and get Basic Mountain. Did Wizards respond? No, of course not. Oh, I probably should have played Bauble on 1. Oops. Isn't a 1K bet they keep almost all with September? Yeah, I don't know exactly how September factors into it. Almost all is not true, but maybe I keep like an extra $200. Yeah, I messed up on not playing the Bauble. Didn't really think that it was that likely to die on turn 1, but obviously it did die. So they have Bring to Light on top, which our Void Mirror stops. I'm gonna cast Thoughtseize this turn though. They have Chalice, which we did draw a Kolaghan's Command for. So I guess we take the Dryad. Yeah, our draw is definitely lined up solid against them. I would have kept this on top from the Bauble, so I think that we are going to end up doing just fine here. I hate how Fire Ice gets revealed 3 times. It's a bit silly. They're drawing another Dryad. Just by Lurrus? I think I want to do this first. They might discard the basic island here. I was kind of hoping that they would. They discarded the Triumph, so they couldn't play the Dryad because they don't know that they're drawing Dryad. So their hand is Fire, Ice, Bring to Light at the moment. We can't Inquisition Fire Ice. I don't need to Void Mirror this turn. I need to Void Mirror before they can get up to 5 mana though. Sorry about the lawnmower. Okay, thank you for 8 months. Appreciate ya. I've looked into Modern Lands list. I like Fran's Modern Lands list. Yeah, I think they're totally fine. I hope that they use the fire on the Ragavan. So I can fire off the Inquisition now. It's probably not getting much better than this, but it could be really bad if they drew Veil of Summer. They also might not know that Inquisition can't take Fire Ice. They might fire it off here. fire it off. No, Inquisition does not get Fire Ice, right? Yeah, I guess they'll just hold it for Lurrus, but I think I'm kind of fine making that trade. We'll get a 2 for 0. They ice me in response. So if my opponent shows me land, then I have to... Oh, Scape Shift was a really awkward draw for them. Yeah, they just didn't realize that Inquisition couldn't take Fire Ice, which is super lucky for us. But says GG. I'll hit it with the GG back, but... I think they're almost definitely going to take a draw step, right? You can discard Fire Ice? Really? I guess I was wrong then. So now we get to play Lantern Control. Steam Vents on top. I think I'll just go ahead and attack and play the Void Mirror. Void Mirror does turn off my baubles, but it also just turns off that Scape Shift, you know? Or the Bring to Light, rather. You're correct. Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's go! Oh, man. I haven't trophied since Monday. I mean, this has been the deck I've got the last 5 trophies with. This deck is really, really strong. Doubters and Shambles. That matchup's not that good either. Very exciting stuff. Gonna run it back. Let's get this lead wider, huh? Let's widen the lead. Ooh, open a Bloodstained Mire. The black-red gods are with us. Titania. I like this art. Platinum Empyrean. Back up over at that.